What's good, YouTube? It's been a while, man. It's been like a year, and I guess I wanted to cover some things, kind of give you guys an update as to what's going on with me. Different things. I like to keep shit real, so see, I'm wearing my EGA shirt. I just happen to have it on today, but I am out of the military now, man. EAS. I did 4 years and 3 months, some shit like that. So August 2013 until my EAS is gonna be like February. So I'm actually on terminal right now. But I'm out, man. I did my stuff, did what I was supposed to do, and I got out. Some things that you guys don't know over the past year. I was NJP for various things. Getting that in later videos. So in later videos, I'll bring that stuff up. Still married. Still married. You know, nothing terrible happened. Uh, and yeah, man, things are just on the up and up. So I guess in this video right here, I'm going to cover like transitioning out and whatnot, and what that was like for me. Not so much the admin stuff of it too much, because I don't think that stuff really matters too much. Like there's going to be guys that are going to like tell you how to get out of the Marine Corps, and that wasn't the hard part at all. And I think the part that I'm going to talk about is how it wasn't the hard part. Uh, if you haven't gone to the military yet, or if you've started that process, you'll see that it's so easy to, or it's so difficult as you were to go ahead and get out. I still got some of that lingo. Gotta shake that shit. Uh, but you'll see how difficult it is to get in, and you gotta go through like a series of tests. My phone's like going crazy. You gotta go through like a series of tests. You gotta do all types of duck walks and vision tests and blood tests, and you gotta make sure all your forms are good. It takes forever, man. It takes forever in a day. uh, I did the voluntary early release program, so I got out a little bit earlier than I should have, because Marine Corps downsizing. I really wanted to go, especially after my NJP. I felt like it was time for me to just go ahead and get up out of there. I was having a lot of issues as far as where I was working and whatnot, and I was very disgruntled. So I didn't want to I didn't want to hold up anything. I just wanted to go ahead and get out of there, and move on with my life. I felt like it was best at the time for my family and for myself and for my physical and mental health to just get out. Um, with all that being said, man, it's difficult to get in, but when you're getting out, I put in my VERT package, my voluntary early release program. Yeah, I think that's what it stands for. I put that in the summer of 2015. Had to do a lot of rework for it. I got kicked back and pushed forward, kicked back, pushed forward a few times. But when it finally like went all the way through, like headquarters, Marine Corps and stuff, I got my, I got the notice I was getting out of Marine Corps in like November, roughly. Yeah, it was like early November of 2015, and I was gone, like on terminal, out like DD 214, everything by December of December 14th of 2015. So within 30 days, I had like a SEPS data sheet done, and I think it was like like November 12th or some shit like that, because you got to have your SEPS data sheet, which is like this piece of paper. You got to have it done by 30 days before your requesting terminal, and I got that shit done in like a day and turned it in, and then 30 days went past, and then bam, I was on terminal. It was that fast. I turned in SIF gear that fast. I turned in weapons cards, all that type of bullshit. Everything was in within 30 days. I was ready to out process. When December 14th came, I showed up in my regular clothes. I sat down. Some guy gave me some forms to sign, pretty much say, you're out the Marine Corps. Here's a copy of D214. See ya. And it was like that. It was the most like, I don't know how to explain. Like when you're watching a movie and you feel it like building up to like the magical scene, and then it was none of that shit. It was like, all right, see you, dude. And I was kind of looked at the guy and I was like, all right, well, fuck, see you too. And then I walked out and then drove off base and never went back on the base again after that. I've never been on a military base after that. So that's pretty much how that shit worked out, and it was pretty depressing. So, and I don't mean it's depressing in the sense that and this is the part I was talking about with the video when I was talking about like the emotional, mental things you go through. It's not depressing in the sense that it was like, oh, I miss the Marine Corps so much, because I really don't. Like, I had a great time. I met a lot of cool dudes. My best friend in the whole world is still a Marine right now, and we're probably gonna be friends forever. But it was just like, all right, you leave, and then it's the same way for retirees, guys who stay in for like 20 years. It's the same shit. Like they say, all right, I want to retire, and then they do like a year out or some shit, and then they go ahead and do all their paperwork and stuff, and then they get out, and that's just it. Like that's just it. There's nothing else to it. So if you're looking for something like special at the end of the road, it's not gonna be. But what I can say, and some positive things I'll say about the Marine Corps is, I did learn a lot about myself. I had a lot of personal development while I was in the Marine Corps, and what I mean by that is, I learned a lot about the things that I am willing and not willing to say to people. If that makes any sense, like I'm not necessarily confrontational. I don't pick fights, I don't start fights or anything. But I don't back down from shit either. So, and that was a trait that kind of like came throughout in the Marine Corps. You'll meet a lot of people of different races, different genders, different religions, and come from different parts of the world and stuff. And you with that exposure, it's kind of like, what, you can stand your ground. Coming up or growing up in like Southeast DC and whatnot, it was like you come from humble beginnings. You don't really want to step on people the wrong way. And I think having that background along with the Marine Corps background, it made for a really good balance. I'm watching like Sports Center highlights too. That's why I keep looking off. Um, I had like a really good balance with it and everything, and I know when to talk and when to shut up. So that's like an important thing that I am starting to learn now, as I have started a new job already. I'm still on terminal leave, but I've already started another job doing some contracting. And yeah, people don't know when to shut the fuck up, man. That's crazy. It's wild out here. So there's that. I won't get too deep in like what I do now, but again, I do private contracting, and I just leave it at that. What else, man? What else has been different since I got out? The first like 2 weeks, it was kind of weird, waking up like later. I was used to waking up around 6 in the morning, and my body took a while to adjust. Like I was still waking up at 6 in the morning for a while, and then like maybe like 2 or 3 weeks into it, I was like, oh, this is great. Like I kind of wake up when I want, because I wasn't working yet. So, and I was still getting paychecks. Like you'll still get paid on terminal leave too. You'll get paid up until your end of active service, which is your EAS date. So if you're worried about checks and stuff, you'll be good. So but it ain't like it's not gonna save the world, like saving money. Everything was great though. My wife was transitioning work too. She was transitioning work as well, and I was able to like spend a lot of time with her, and we spent a lot of downtime together. That type of downtime where it's like you start to hate each other because you're around each other so much. That's kind of what we did, which was great for us, if that makes any sense. Because being away, going to like exercises and field ops and stuff, and then being disgruntled at work, I felt like it was really destructive to what was going on. And then as I transitioned out, I just felt like a weight was off my shoulders. I felt like I didn't have to I didn't have to come home stressed out. And now I'm working in a profession where I love what I do every single day, and I don't really have any complaints at all. And I'm making like 5 times as much as what I would have been making as a Marine. So I don't have any complaints at all about getting out. But what I will say is, a lot of people getting out isn't necessarily the thing to do for you if you haven't gone ahead and taken the steps to what the fuck? YouTube stuff. That if you haven't taken the steps to go ahead and figure out what it is you want to do, and you haven't like mapped out a plan, and you haven't really like factored in like how you can get health insurance, which is a big fucking thing I think a lot of people overlook. If you haven't figured out like uh, how you're gonna like how your checks are gonna stack up, because you get paid on the first and 15th when you're in the military, or if you have Navy Fed, it's like it could be as close as like the 29th and the fucking 13th. Like it's like you get a couple days early and shit. But when you get out, it's not the same thing. Like you'll get paid at really different times, and it could be like every other Thursday. It could be like every other Friday, something like that. My wife is going off right now, but it could be any of those different things. So you have to factor that in. You have to factor in if your salary is gonna be good for the location you're living in, because some dudes they'll get up like, yeah, I'm making 60 grand a year. Like that's pretty much what I was making, while I was in with benefits and stuff. And it's like, all right, cool, but you live in DC, so you're fucked because you're not gonna feed a family of 3 or 4, and you and your 2 dogs and shit with 60 grand. Like it's just not gonna work out in DC. But if you live in North Carolina, you might have a different situation. If you're living in, California with that same salary, you're gonna be kind of fucked because you can't feed everybody with that. So you have to take those things into consideration. I'm gonna try to keep this video a little bit short, so I'm gonna kind of stop where I'm at right now. But these are things you got to factor in, and you really got to talk to people about and understand, what your transition is really going to be like. If you got more questions about transition out the Marine Corps, things that happen in the Marine Corps that aren't talking about like OPSEC type shit, then I'm more than willing to talk to you about it. I'm more than willing to post up a video about it. I'm gonna have a lot of time this year. I'm going to Afghanistan pretty soon, so yeah, it's gonna be like that, and I'm gonna have too much fucking time, and that's kind of why I'm back on this YouTube shit, because I know I kind of neglected you guys over the course of like it's 2016. I think the last time I was posting regular shit was like 2013, so it's been like a 2.5 year difference roughly, where I've been kind of on a YouTube hiatus, and I plan on coming back. If you have any questions that you need like answered immediately or something like that, I should have connectivity most of the time while I'm in Afghan. So hit me up, uh, either Instagram or Twitter. Uh, you'll find me on there. I'm not on Facebook anymore, so if you see a Facebook profile picture, that's me. That's not. I'm not using that account no more. So you can friend request it all you want to. Nobody's gonna ever answer it, and I'm trying to actually get it off the internet. Um, so yeah, Facebook, not Facebook, Twitter and Instagram are gonna be Dom C Blackwell. The at, of course, all type of bullshit. It's not hard to find. Dom C Blackwell, you'll find it, and I'll probably put something below in the description so you guys can see it and you don't fuck it up. Because some of you guys, that's why you become a Marine, because you're fucking stupid. But it's okay. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Like the video. Peace.